Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. It's time.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Wrestling with Toxicity. I am your host, Super Beard Vince Hoover, joined as always by Super Bro, aka the Booker, Jason Hoover. And I just realized that our display names were not. There they are. Yay! We have names now.
Yay!
Now you know who we are.
I'm a real boy now.
But that's right, ladies and gentlemen. We are here for NXT Heatwave for real this time.
We think.
Slight error last week. Thanks to Sportskeeda, which I should have known better, but they were saying that Heatwave was August 15th. It was not. It is today. But it looks like a really, really good card. Really, really, really good card. And it is starting right now. So we're going to have a good time. Let's see what match is going to kick off. We never did predictions, so we'll just, as the match gets ready to go, we'll do predictions that way.
I agree with that one. In all honesty, I mean, with us being off for so long, you know, we're just not used to being in the game right now, so this will help us get back into it. Tony D.
Hello? T, I need you over here. We got a real situation that needs to be handled. What do you need me for? I'm in enough heat as it is. Everybody's watching me. There's a heat wave rolling through. I want you to feel this. Here it comes, T. Gotcha, T. Oh, it's gonna be like that. Everybody, get him. Oh, damn. Oh, God.
I love the NXT Tag Team belts.
Yeah, I like them.
And my penitentiary paisan, Dirty Dom, against Lyra Valkyria. Did I say that right? It's pretty close. With my amigo south of the border, Dragon. That match is gonna be a banger. Speaking of dragons, how about the Mad Dragon? Ilya Dragunov, huh? He's threatening to put our whooping on our buddy Trick Williams. Hey, look, the streets got respect for both of them, right? And we got Trick Williams trying to prove that he's more than a talking head. Right? It's gonna be a hard task.
Hey, Tom.
Oh, Big Edge, when'd you get here?
I came by with a few of my friends. I hope you don't mind.
I mean, the more the merrier, right? Yeah. Hey, come on in. Get over here. Come on in. Come on.
Hey, who you got in the main event? That Wesley. He's a human stick of dynamite, bringing everything he's got to take that NXT title away from him.
Him? What are you, a comedian? Him. NXT champion Carmelo Hayes. Him. Come on.
Carmelo's ready to come up.
Yeah, that's why I'm like,
I think Wesley's gonna do the unthinkable tonight and score big. Hey, you talking about Wesley or yourself? Status. Oh, Wesley, of course. All right, my bad. Come on. Now listen, everybody. When we celebrate in my family, we raise a glass. Summer's coming to an end, so let's go out with a bang. So here's to an unforgettable summer. NXT Heatwave, baby!
do we not have a tag championship match on this card?
No.
Huh.
Like I said before, it's Hayes and West, Frazier and Noir Dar, Judgment Day versus Lee and Valkyrie, Dragunov versus Williams, and Corbin versus Wagner.
Huh. Oh, they're gonna start with the Dragunov Trick Williams match.
Ooh.
Okay, so for me, I'm gonna go Dragunov, but like, really impressive showing from Trick Williams. But it's one of those matches he doesn't have to necessarily win. And Dragunov, I think, can't really afford to lose right now. Coach Ron, how's it going, my brother? Good to see you.
What up, Coach Ron? I agree with you, but there's just something in the back of my spine that's going a trick. You know,
go with it.
Dragunov believes that he would have the NXT title around his waist if not for Trick Williams.
I mean, you have to remember, a lot of times I look at things, yeah, it's been a while, Ron, but we're back. We are back. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, hey, what you doing cooking on Wednesday?
We're doing pickled chips with homemade ranch sauce for the appetizer, chili chongas for the entree, and devil's food mousse for the dessert.
Even Melissa was like looking at that moose going, that could be dangerous.
Looking forward to it.
Please. Get rid of Booker on the announcer table.
Oh, I know. You just gained 10 pounds listening to that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not cooking for fitness. I'm cooking for yummies.
Mm-hmm.
Cooking for goodness.
And yeah, the whole theme of the show is cooking out of geeky cookbooks and stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
you're doing a Supernatural one now.
Yeah, if
And
anybody
then
knows
next
the
month
show
it's-
Supernatural, Dean Winchester eats anything and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So the next one will be the
next
Marvel
month is-
cookbook for next. I've got one more week after this week. I've got one more week of Supernatural, and I'll be jumping into the Marvel cookbook. And then for October, I'm going to do the Ghostbusters cookbook, and then for November, I'm doing the God of War cookbook, and then for December, I'm doing Harry Potter.
Next time we hook up, I'll bring over the cookbooks that I've got so you can at least look at them.
Yeah. Had some Memphis Pit chicken thighs. That sounds delicious.
Ooh.
I did
Good to see you, AJ, by the way.
AJ. I did tonight I did a sriracha ground beef and yellow rice.
What did we do tonight? We did taco salad last night.
I fucking love taco salad.
Oh, we did McDonald's. We were being lazy.
I don't blame you. I'm probably gonna be lazy on Thursday before the podcast and probably just order Taco Bell or something.
Yeah.
It's a seasoning you can get from Walmart.
Ooh.
Memphis Pit.
I'll
I'll have to
for
look
that.
into that.
I got speaking of Walmart seasonings, I've got two of them from Walmart. One's like a honey garlic, and the other one's like a butter onion seasonings. They're good enhancers.
Just ran out of Brock Lesnar seasoning, so I got to order more of that this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, AJ.
Trying to serve up anything right now. You create a little separation, but look at Dragunov right in. That was almost in the throat, Booker. Dragunov doing one thing, keeping Trick Williams real close to the body, but that drop kick was pinpoint precision.
Gents, have a good night. I need to do things around here. I'll pop in next time I'm free. Sounds good, Coach Ron. Thanks for popping in.
Yeah. Hey, we miss you. Please hang out whenever you can. We appreciate it.
Just caught it. I mean, maybe caught. Dragging off on the bridge, and sometimes that's worse than actually getting clocked. Bam! The drop kick. That was a no doubt about it.
So, what I'm noticing right now is that Dragunov's a great dance partner, but at the same time, he's also slightly exposing the inexperience of Trick Williams. Still a good match, but
yeah. And I'm kind of wondering if that was done on is being done on purpose, you know?
I don't think so. I think it's just giving Trick the opportunity.
Sir, after bestowing
Mhm.
Thank you, AJ. I'll check Instagram.
bump is in order. Okay, let's see.
It's on commercial.
Thank you very much, AJ.
Okay, let me mute this. Actually, I have a video I want to play for you guys. I might play it again later in the show. But I think MJF has perfectly encapsulated what this show represents, the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, how Wrestle Talk and the, IWC and all that really needs to chill out. So let me play this video for you.
I'll see fans online, the way they communicate with each other. It's like all out war.
Mm-hmm.
And like, just so you guys know, that's not what's going on. Like with like the wrestlers, like we're all rooting each other on because realistically, the better the two companies are doing, the more money we're gonna make. So like, stop arguing. Like we're all freaking having a blast. I'm watching LA Knight and Cody Rhodes every week, and I'm having a blast, just like I know everybody else is having a blast. Just like I know that there are fans out there watching Better Than You Bebe having a blast every single week. There's so much great professional wrestling going on, and there's more than enough room for it, clearly, because AEW is about to have the biggest crowd. This is not hyperbole. Wrestling is unfortunately a very hyperbolic sport. The biggest crowd ever in the history of the sport, and I'm headlining it.
Yeah, so wiser words have never been spoken when it comes to wrestling, and that's coming from a 27-year-old world champion. But a man, known for his controversy and not letting kayfabe die and really sticking to the heel. Now that he's kind of gone to that tweener role with the Better Than You Bebe with him and Adam Cole, he's a little more open and honest. And that's perfectly encapsulates what we try to push here on Wrestling with Toxicity, is that there's no reason to be at each other's throats. You can disagree with something. You can even critique wrestling if it's not good. That's not what's being said here. You can do all of that, and please do, but do it constructively and do it without being an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
And that Memphis Pit rub you sent, AJ, I think that was, I bet you on pork that would be amazing.
Yeah.
Chicken, kind of a no-brainer, but yeah.
AJ, I don't know if I don't know what's going on with the storyline. It's a good storyline for Better Than You, Baby, but I don't know if Adam turns. I don't know.
I'm leaning that same way, AJ. I'm leaning that same way. The fact that we've had so many teases of MJ turning feels like a misdirect. And the fact that, he's made him a better person, he's kind of brought him to being more of a face and everything. And he was, Adam Cole was the one reluctant to do this tag team and and didn't want the title match and all that. It just feels like the turn's coming from Adam Cole. But maybe they subvert expectations, because again, that is the expectation. Jesus Christ, Dragunov just kicked the living shit out of Trick. So I am leaning that way, AJ. That's where my prediction would go. But they could subvert expectations, but it's wrestling, so probably not.
It has not disappointed throughout the break, and Dragunov has been on a mission in this matchup. And he said last week, Booker, he was more dangerous than anyone.
Those are shotgun slaps. That's how you do it.
Machine gun slaps, yeah.
Oh, machine gun slaps, yeah. Been a while.
Ooh, Trick.
Ooh.
And look at Williams just saying, bring it. Williams answering back as well. And I don't know if Dragunov thought he was going to get that sort of... This is Trick's moment. You don't want to show that you're a sidekick, you got to go for the knockout blow.
No, right now, this young man is taking it to the street, and I love it.
Trick firing back, got caught with some counter offense. Right back, Williams comes, drops.
That's a good combo.
Nice.
I have ads. What did you say about the seasoning? Well, there's a way to get around those ads. Just subscribe. No, I'm just kidding. Don't worry about it. You don't have to send us money.
No.
I was saying that I think that seasoning would be especially good on pork. I think chicken's a no-brainer. I think you can season chicken with almost anything. But that, looking at it, I'm like, oh yeah. My first thought was pork, like a nice tender pork loin. Oh, that would be good.
So, do we see Hayes going up, but Trick not?
Yeah, I think that's part of what this is. Showing that Trick can stand on his own. I would almost prefer Trick to go up with him and then be a tag team at first. But at the same time, Carmelo is so good, it would almost be like a waste to not have him go a solo run.
Right.
But he's going to be in like a weird spot. Like, where do you go with him on the main roster right now?
Unless you put him with uh, Street Profits and Bobby.
Which is a possibility.
Almost stepping on the heart of Dragunov. Very vocal and rowdy NXT Universe here tonight. Book, this is just the opening matchup of the night.
I'm not enough. These two guys are going toe-to-toe. This may be one of those times where these two guys
Nice oversell from Dragunov.
on numerous occasions, that opponent that brings the best out of you, that's who he's knocking off.
Trick Williams showed
Nice flapjack.
what he can do.
Yep.
Trying to step out of the shadows.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Dragunov might be out.
Like, I know that sound came from him slapping his thigh, but god damn, did that look
Busted.
brutal.
His head's busted open.
Dragunov almost got kneed back over the pond.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yep, ref's pulling out the gloves. Oh, it's his nose. He hit him dead in the nose.
His forehead's all. If you look like middle forehead.
Oh, maybe it is forehead.
And look at Williams. Oh, got countered. Nice DDT by
Nice
Dragunov.
counter.
Dragunov
Yeah.
quickly, wisely trying to close the door. A
Ooh.
DDT of his own
Oof.
attacking Williams.
Ooh.
Floats over into the
Ooh.
cover, and Williams able to power out.
Yeah, it looks like he took that knee flush to the forehead.
Those deep waters, right? Yeah.
Part of it is that kind of European strong style where they're gonna take stuff. I do it on portrait. Yeah, that Memphis pit feels very much like it would complement pork very, very well.
And this could be a big
They're doing it on pork chop to make sense. I would almost do it like a breaded pork chop, but put the seasoning in the breading.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet that'd be really good.
Or do it in the a slow cooker pork tenderloin so it's pull apart.
Yeah. Or a big pork roast in a crock
Yeah,
pot
there you go.
with a whole bunch of that seasoning and some beef broth or chicken broth.
Yeah.
How close, Joey Gonzalez? You could have slid a piece of paper under his hand.
Ribs, yes. Oh.
When you talk about those deep
Ooh.
waters, Booker, Trick right now.
Yeah, I think ribs are also kind of a no-brainer with a Memphis. I mean, Memphis pit just sounds like it was made for smoking ribs. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no! Got caught. Got hoisted. Got
The way Dragunov does his German suplexes, it is all power. There's no
Yeah.
hip thrust. It is all upper body strength. And it makes it look brutal.
Pushing through, couldn't pick up Trick. Trick sliding right through. You got to imagine too that after that knee, I don't know how much left that Dragunov has, but it's not enough to plant Trick with a power bomb. Could that be the
I hate that elbow.
Really?
I would never want to take that. There's no bracing for that. That is all weight.
There were some questions about
Ugh.
Trick Williams heading into tonight. That man.
I know he's landing on like the neck area most times, which
But-
saves the person from getting knocked out, but that's still fucking hurts.
But let's see if Trick can live up to the name.
That might have just been instinct because now for Dragunov, target is acquired. For one final blow.
AJ, that rub you just sent looks really good too. Both of them do. The caramelized onion butter one I've used, not Kinder's, but I've used it. Yeah, I figured it.
Right.
Dragunov would win, but like I said, Trick looked real good.
I gotta admit that was definitely a match that would help Trick set his resume in order.
And this is my thought on him not going up with Carmella is something like this is showing that they're trying to establish him as a solo singles competitor.
Mm-hmm.
It was so close for Trick Williams. And then Williams would continue the offensive onslaught in this matchup, but nothing would keep Dragunov down. But in the same breath, I said,
They look good. I know, like I said, I've used the caramelized onion butter one. I've not used the other one, but it looks good. Also, as always,
What's the other
AJ, I will always recommend go on Amazon, get Brock Lesnar seasoning from the Bearded Butchers, man. They're not sponsored, but goddamn if it's not just the best seasoning mix.
here tonight to pick up a victory. And I've said it once, I'll say it again. What a way to kick off
Good opening match.
Sure, it'll be like some kind of show of respect or something here. Again, helping establish Trick as a solo.
But Dragunov showed us he is more dangerous than ever.
Or not. It looks like
No,
they're
I think
building
the head
something.
nod.
Hello, Nathan. Tyler? Hey, what you up to there, mate? WWT really hurt me last week, mate. And this is how I embrace the pain and move through it. Yeah, no, it's pretty freaking brutal. You're telling me.
The crowd cheering tells me that Dragunov and Trick are like shaking hands or hugging it out in the ring.
The true Heritage Cup champions. Are you ready? You're damn right. But that's actually why I'm here, though. You know, because Metaphor, they have a second and a third and a fourth. But you know, I was kind of thinking that I could use a second of my own, someone that I could trust. You know, help me watch my back and make sure I settle this thing with no one once and for all. Okay, I hear ya. I've got your back. Don't you worry about it. Hell yeah. And I'm fully aware that this is 2 favors at this point. However, when I take care of Noam tonight, you'll be the very first person to get a shot at the true NXT Heritage Cup. I like it. And tonight, let's take care of those Metaphor massive frauds.
And you say there's no such thing
Ivy
as
Nile.
friends in this business.
Why is she coming out
What match is this?
unannounced?
Introducing first, Ivy Nile.
Has to be salivating at the chance to fight tonight. Ivy
Going
Nile,
against Ava.
one-on-one with
Okay.
Ava. This battle takes
Okay.
place.
This is Ava's first solo singles. I keep saying solo. Singles match. I'm going to give it to Ava.
I'm gonna go with Ava as well.
Jimmy Uso is returning on SmackDown. God, the way that Pete Dunne takes that rolling cutter. Jesus Christ. Louisville, Kentucky. Hopefully they're a good crowd. They've been kind of hit or miss, but they're typically okay.
Yeah. So, speaking of other promotions, I mean not promotions, but well, promotions basically. Chad Gable versus Gunther on Monday Night Raw. Let's talk about that.
That was a hell of a match. And like, as I've seen some people talk about it, it was Gunther's first loss, I think, solo loss on the main roster.
After a year and a half, yes.
But also what it does is that Chad gets the win.
Mm-hmm.
Gunther gets to keep the title. He will now break the Honky Tonk Man's record.
Mm-hmm.
But it can set up to where, it can set it up to where Chad Gable really does look like the one that will be the one to take the title off. And that's just going to put a rocket on Chad Gable. Because right now that Intercontinental title is arguably the most important title in WWE right now.
With Roman's held his too long.
I don't think he's held it too long. I don't think he's held it too long. I think he's not defended it enough.
Okay.
He's not on enough. I think that the gaps in between him being on and defending it and all that, I think that has gotten to be too much. Because Gunther has been very, very consistent. I think the tag titles have not been defended enough. Both men's and women's. I think the women's titles have not been defended enough. In fact, has Io Sky even had a title defense since winning it? No.
Who? No.
What? Io Sky has not had. She hasn't had one since winning it. Since cashing in Money in the Bank, she has not had a single title defense. Rhea has not had that many, although still a very dominant champion. Just there.
Also
United States.
injured.
The United States title kind of fell to the wayside. It went from being important to falling to the wayside. So So and Seth Rollins is building up the new World Heavyweight Championship, but it's
Mhm.
not there yet. And so to me, the Intercontinental title is the most important title in WWE right
Yeah,
now. And
it's to me. I'm more excited to see Gunther fight than I am to see, honestly, to see
anybody,
Roman right now. Yeah.
see anybody.
No, I'm pretty. I
Like
can. I like
I
watching
love
Seth.
I love Seth Rollins matches, but I'm still more hyped for a Gunther match than I am a Seth match. But what this also does, I don't think Shinsuke beats uh, Rollins.
No, I don't think so either.
Will, how's it going, sir?
Mr. Gray, how
Um,
we doing?
But yeah, I don't see Shinsuke winning. Although this storyline, if you're gonna pull the trigger like you didn't pull on Finn Balor, pulling it here I think would work.
Interrupting anything here, am I?
So I would be okay with the win. I just don't think it's gonna happen.
Jeez, guys, I just came to wish you luck tonight.
But
Seriously, go out there and
you could
break a
have
leg.
Gunther
Especially
after
you.
losing the Intercontinental title go after it.
Saw y'all live, wanted to show some love.
In a million pieces.
Appreciate that, Will.
That, Will.
And NXT can finally have a North American
We are
champion that they can
watching
retire.
NXT
Someone like
Heatwave.
NXT. I just care about Mama. Exactly. And Dom is a champion that everyone can look up to.
Right.
But Ali, you have 10 seconds to get out of our locker room before we give you a preview of what's going to happen to Lyra and Dragon tonight.
Jeez. Just 10 seconds? Sounds like something you guys are used to.
Oh.
Okay.
I think they're setting up Ali to be the next North American champion.
I agree. So the dyad is still there. They must have re-signed. I could have sworn they tagged it August 15th was their final days on their contract, unless there was maybe some like added time due to injuries or something.
No, I honestly think they re-signed. I think they saw that Vince is out, and you know.
Said that pretty calmly, but there's a lot of cracks in the roots.
I have no idea.
Of schism. We've seen it over the last several weeks.
Indeed, it's just been hot, Vic. It's hot. Just need to put a little water on the roots.
All right, let's see what type of wrestler Ava is. Is she a powerhouse? Is she?
Well, I know, because that's what Ava whispered in your ears several months ago, and you've been shook since that moment whenever
I got chills
is around.
up my spine right now.
Well, look, for Ivy now, she dislikes how Ava interferes in Dyad.
She really does look so much like her mother.
That's a good thing.
One thing about the schism, Vic,
Ivy.
it's a method. It's a method to all the madness, my man.
Well, Gacy can't be happy. Schism, of course. Followers.
I don't know if she's necessarily powerhouse, but she is taller. Like she's tall for the division.
Right.
So like, and Ivy's actually like Ivy's very small for the division. So.
Real quick, the two yellow masks that are hard cam, like right in front of us.
Yeah, that could be the Creed brothers.
Yep.
But I still don't see Ava losing her first singles match. I mean, it could happen, but I'm still gonna stick with Ava on this one. But I think you're right. That could be the Creed brothers.
Trying to turn things around.
Yeah, let's keep our eyes on the prize right now. But Ivy now needs to do something, and she needs to do it quick.
Ivy, we saw here on NXT, she liked the two defectors, two individuals standing up to Schism in that tag team matchup.
An interesting move.
Kick from Ava into the cover and another near fall.
More practice at it. That's gonna look really nice.
I am impressed. Are you impressed with Ava right now?
Great growth
because
in Ava.
Just raining down on Ivy Niles right now.
Also, you can look at it this way too, Booker. for Ivy, it can't sit well that Ava's referring to her as a third wheel. No one likes to be referred to as a
Well, hell,
wheel.
she's the only wheel now. What are you talking about?
That is very true as well. I'm not. It's not my quote. It's what Ava said. As Ava continues.
I'm curious what they're doing with the Creed brothers. I could have sworn they were bringing them up. But
Same.
NXT Universe has been vocal since the start, trying to rally. Ivy now. No, wait a minute. Counter into that Dragon Sleeper. Brown's got it locked in. And quickly.
oh my god. Oh my god. Well, never mind.
Okay.
That's how quick it can happen.
Good night.
All right. I didn't expect that. Didn't expect the match to be that short.
Who's this?
I don't know who that is. You were right. I think you were right about the. Well, never mind. She punched the guy that we thought it was.
Numbers game as Niall single-handedly wiping out
Wow. Come on, Steve.
Schism, trying to get her hands on Ava again. Oh, lucky.
All right, so maybe not the Creed brothers.
Schism.
Or just wait. No, not the Creeds.
Let me call you back. You good?
I'm good. I'm good because Trick Williams is no longer an issue to me.
I dig that.
No, nothing stands in my way to the NXT Championship. Nothing between me and my destiny.
Hold on, wait. You do know that there will be a new NXT champion crown tonight, right?
Oh, we will see.
Dog, you're looking at him right here. Yeah, that title that you want so badly, that you claim to be destined to have, is going to be on my shoulder. See, look, I wasn't destined for any of this. I wasn't destined to be in the main event. I wasn't destined to be in this building, but I made my own destiny. And tonight I beat Carmelo Hayes. And based off your reaction, I can tell that I'm going to have to go one-on-one with the Mad Dragon as well. I look forward to it. As the NXT champion.
Well, Lee very confident heading in.
See, this is why I haven't made my pick for the championship match yet. It's because I was waiting for promos like that.
Mm-hmm.
That makes me feel like it's got to be Wesley, right?
Yeah.
You don't set up a storyline unless the two of them are going to compete for our #1 contendership at the next NXT pay-per-view. Because that's the only thing holding me back from picking Wesley too, is the fact that this is a special event, but it's on TV. You know, it's free TV. It's
Right.
not the next, like, and I don't know when when is their next pay-per-view.
Mm.
Call what it is, Book. There's no
Next
more
NXT.
for Dar after tonight.
Give it up for Metaphor, man. Jackson.
Because the next one's going to be a full-fledged pay-per-view, isn't it?
September 30th for No Mercy.
Okay.
So Wesley could lose tonight and then move up to the thing.
Possibly.
How do you think they're going to do the Creeds versus Dyads again? I mean, I think they're going to do something after what happened last week where two of the Schism people in mask attacked Schism.
Yeah.
I was assuming that was the Creed brothers, and it looked like the two guys that carried Ava up. I don't know. I'm confused. This should be a good match because Noam Dar is great, but Nathan Frazier is on another level.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the champion's hard-hitting truths last week ruffled the feathers of Metaphor. And we're getting set for this Heritage Cup Championship matchup. It's a test of grit. It's a test of will. Strategy is key. 6 rounds.
Do you like the Heritage Cup setup?
Break in between and after tonight. The real Heritage Cup champion will be crowned.
I don't know. I think maybe I've not seen it enough. Like I saw it in NXT UK. And it does offer a kind of unique take on pro wrestling without going over the top, like say the MMA match that Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey had that didn't really work. This still works within the confines of sports entertainment, pro wrestling. So,
Right.
mean, it's kind of like a 2 out of 3 falls or a Iron Man match or something. Like, like it's.
Yeah. It's got a twist of all that mixed together.
Yeah, but with more like, like the so many rope breaks and stuff. It's similar to like the Pure Championship in Ring of Honor.
Mm-hmm.
So. Joe Gacy's doing the interview with Ryan Satin tomorrow. Nice.
Nice.
We'll definitely have to check that out.
Yeah.
Much like Nathan Frazier states in the hard-hitting truths. Under 2 minutes to go here, and it is Noam Dar who is in control. Shoulder challenge that first fall. And again, if Dar would have gotten the pin, would have gotten the 3, this round would have ended. Dar would have been up 1-0.
West right here, Vicky. This the West for the hair. And I must say, let me say this.
I think maybe the 3 minutes throws me off a little bit on these. That feels really fast.
Yeah. Would you rather have 5?
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, Gunther, once again, Gunther and Chad Gable showed us what you can do in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Holds on to that prestigious Heritage Cup title with just over 60 seconds here in round 1. Frazier trying to hold on as tight as he can right back in.
Hearing at 10 tomorrow. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to check that out. That should be a good interview.
Dar will go to the body with some of those shin kicks to try to
10A or 10P? Should be 10A,
sure 10A.
right?
I'm sure 10A.
Watch this kid because he's as good as they come. He may play around a little bit outside the ring, but inside that square circle, he's one for pass.
Look how quick Frazier goes around. 35 seconds, gets countered. Could be looking for a submission. Frazier has to roll through as we're under 30 seconds in the first round. Swinging.
The other reason I have an issue with the 3-minute thing is that if you are getting pinfalls from like finishers or whatnot, it makes every other match that goes 15-20 minutes feel ridiculous. If you're able to end a match technically with a pinfall in 3 minutes in a Heritage Cup, and you're doing it all the time because you're competing in Heritage Cup rules as the champion, then why would you ever have a match go over that? Like a standard match should never go over 3 minutes. Now, I do like that there was no points here. They're supposed to talk about his relationship with Ava. Oh, yeah, obviously, it's got to come up. Football season's about to start.
Mm-hmm. I haven't even seen the Bucs schedule yet.
I haven't either. Actually, I need to. From the preseason, it looks like Baker Mayfield is a decent enough quarterback for the team. We'll see how it does throughout the year, but
are we hitting the playoffs this year?
Yeah, I'm not making that call.
Too early.
I'm not making that call. Yeah, you're realizing like you lost your your lead quarterback in Tom Brady, the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Who was able to bring the team together, and now you got a second-year head coach, a brand new quarterback, a bunch of rookies, a couple guys wanting out, like Devin White. That was a huge hit to us on defense. Yeah, we'll see. But there's a lot of teams. The problem is you have a lot of teams that are going to struggle with stuff like that. The Seahawks are going to struggle with a lot of things. Like the Colts are obviously going to be struggling. I mean, hell, they just announced that their rookie quarterback is going to be their starter. Which Richardson looks great, but we'll see how it goes. The only thing I think that kind of helps us is that, like, you've got, I think everybody in our division's kind of in turmoil. So that's like, playoff berth could happen because we could win our division almost by default. We could have an 8-9 record, a technically losing record, and win our division because our division is so bad.
Yeah.
So the NFC South is rough, man.
So I'm looking at the schedule. Bucks open with the Vikings, and then go to the Bears, go to the Eagles, Saints here, go to the Lions, go to the Falcons, Bills here, Texans here, go to the Titans, 49ers here, Colts here, go to the Panthers, come back, Falcons here, Packers here, go to the Jaguars, go to the Saints, and then end the season with the Panthers here.
Yeah, it's gonna be that. That sounds like a rough schedule.
It really does.
I mean, the Packers game normally you'd be like, oh, it's crap, but you know, with Aaron Rodgers moving on to New York, Packers are just
Yeah, it's gonna be weird.
yeah. You're gonna see like an almost like I wouldn't say Detroit run of like no wins, but you're gonna see a bad team for the next couple of years out of Green Bay. I mean, similarly, look at the Patriots, who haven't been really good since Tom Brady left. The dynasty's over.
During the commercial break one, Noam Dar stole a fall because of Daba Kato coming out here and casting his shadow.
This Daba Kato thing.
I have
know
no
about
idea.
this Daba Kato thing.
To go up 1-0 but now you look at Tyler Bate and you got to question. Frazier all of a sudden's distracted, and Dar trying to pick apart, because if Dar gets one more fall, Dar will become the Heritage Cup champion.
Dar's rolling right now. Like I say, he'll become a 4-time.
I don't know if we actually announced our picks for this, but I have Nathan Frazier winning this, but I forgot about this stupid Daba Kato storyline.
Even with that, I'm still picking Frazier.
Looking to even this at one fall apiece. And look at the face of Noam Dar changing some color.
Dar got to scramble, Vic. He needs to scramble, and he needs to do it quick. Get to that bottom rope.
Yes. Dar gets to that bottom rope to break the hold. And right now, this is where strategy comes into play, because just over 2 minutes left in round 3. Time is now the enemy for Nathan Frazier to tie this up, to even this at one fall apiece.
You're talking about time. I'm talking about history, Vic. Noam Dar has a chance to make history tonight in Heatwave, Vic.
Well, history could be made. That was a nasty landing for the current Heritage Cup champion. And the man, the former champion, in control now and is one fall away. And to picking up another win as he's in control into the cover, hook of the leg, and Frazier able to kick out as we are under 1:40 here in round 3.
How creative was that little nugget right there from Noam Dar?
Well, for Noam Dar, I think you'd have to agree that he needs this win more than Nathan Frazier for everything he's talked about, for needing to be champion.
No, not just need, he deserves this win, Vic. I mean, come on. Who represents the Heritage Cup more than this man? Who loves it more than this man? Come on.
Nathan Frazier loves it. That's why he is the champion. That's why he has been a fighting champion. He has been trying desperately in this matchup now, as round 3 really has turned. And I'm a little discombobulated after Daba Kato come out and wiped out Tyler Bate. There is now no seconds.
You know what?
Seconds.
Tyler Bate shouldn't have never been out here from the get-go. Come on,
Frazier trying to fight back. 45 seconds left in round 3, and right now for Frazier, it may just be survival.
Oh, that was interesting. I like that. That was cool.
And if Frazier taps, Dar will become the Heritage Cup champion.
Definitely interesting combination.
Countered by Frazier, a little bit of separation. And quickly right out. Moves like a blur, strikes like a cobra. And he's quickly trying to get Dar back to the ring to knock this at 1. But there's only 20 seconds in round 3.
Nathan Frazier right now is going on adrenaline.
Gotcha.
Oh, yes.
15 seconds. Frazier now. Standing shooting star.
Nice standing shooting star.
It'll only take 3. Dar kicked out. But now 6 seconds. Clock's counting. Frazier is going to run out of time in round 3. Oh, that was, wait a minute. Cheap shot.
That's right at the buzzer,
Buzzer my ass. That should be a disqualification. Referee using his discretion as we go to some of the action. For moments ago, Nathan was rolling in this matchup, in this round. 15 seconds, couldn't get it done. But listen, the elbow came. I didn't hear a
thing. The momentum was carrying that way. The bell rang at the same time. Come on.
That time I heard.
Inadvertent.
But look, for Nathan Frazier, he needed a trustworthy second. That's why I had Tyler Bate. Now he's alone. Typically he has Dragon Lee, but Lee's getting ready for a mixed tag team match later tonight with Lyra Valkyrie against Judgment Day. And for Nathan Frazier into the cover, hook of the leg to tie this at 1 and a kick out. Frazier knows that this is his best chance because he's got to use that cheap shot as fuel.
I'm going to say this. At the beginning of round 4, I was looking at both of these guys. They're in great shape. But this young man, Nathan Frazier, he's not even breathing hard. Oh, yes.
Somewhat of a power slam into the cover, but momentarily hesitated to go into that cover, and that might cost him here in round 4.
Interesting.
Yeah. That is really far out.
Could be looking for that Phoenix splash, able to roll through. Dar was able to get out of the way, right back in, right back out, into a cover of his own, and another near fall. Dar is able to kick out, and that elbow was legal. Into the cover, falls into it to win the company.
Let me tell you, that elbow was pinpoint right on the butt.
You can hear from Dar under 2 minutes. You see Ora Mensa, who's actually the reason that Noam Dar isn't champion.
Mensa, my main man, Mensa, yes.
Buck 45 and counting here.
Really don't like Booker on commentary.
In control. So Booker, I don't think you've ever, competed in one of these matchups, but if you were up 1-0 this late in the game, would you try to stall time or would you try to go for that second fall?
You said it, Vic. You want to stall as much as you possibly can, and that's what it's all about. It's about winning. You're 1-up.
Whoa! Superplex.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Ooh.
What team do you have taking the tag titles from the family? Right now, I don't know.
Don't miss a second of the action. Round 5 coming up live on Heatwave.
I really don't know because I'm not really seeing anything built towards that. I mean, it's kind of probably part of the reason we don't even have a tag match on this card.
Yeah.
Because I don't really see them, like, they've got to figure out something. I mean, I guess we'll see what happens, but
I mean, there could be a chance for. I'm actually trying to think of what tag teams there are in NXT right now.
I mean, you have Gallus.
Right.
I'm
That's the thing I wonder from.
I'm gonna assume the Creed brothers are still NXT. You have the Dyad, but you don't have too many.
Especially when they brought up with Pretty Deadly, who haven't done anything really.
They
recently.
were doing stuff great, and then nothing. Which, by the way, I think the injury that they had was like I think one of the like they had been playing it up with the whole wheelchair thing and whatnot, but I think the injury might have been legit. Like there might have been an injury, but the fact that they've had nothing at all,
right?
They were really having a good push on the main roster. I don't think Gallus gets it back. I don't either. So I don't know where you go with it. So we're tied 1-1. We've had 2 no-point rounds. There's 6 rounds in a Heritage Cup if necessary. So we might get one more round of no points. Dyad's contracts are up in October. See, I thought they had tweeted out August.
Well, as you were saying before, extension because of injury.
Yeah, it could have been that. Oh, no, it wasn't August. It was October. October 15th.
Okay.
So, all right. So, obviously, they're not going to win it.
No, they've got a month and a half maybe 2 months at max.
We're about to get this entire 5th round in the commercial break. When you do stuff like this, you need to get sponsors for the match. You don't have to go to commercial.
Agreed.
Because even with it being commercial, it takes away from the match.
Right, because I can't hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like hearing the crowd reaction. I like hearing the announcers. As much as I don't like Booker T as an announcer,
Yeah.
he's still got some good moments, you know?
Just like they haven't done anything with Alba Fire. Yeah, they kind of just disappeared too after unifying the titles.
Yeah.
You gotta believe, Book, if it not for Last Legend.
She helped him.
Who?
Nathan Fraser.
Yeah, helped Dar.
She helped Nathan.
Might be Visa stuff with them. That's true. Albert Fire and Isla Dawn might be Visa issues.
Yeah. I can see that.
I would love to see Alba Fire and Isla Dawn become like a full program against Chelsea Green and now Piper Niven.
How do you? Speaking of which, how do you feel about that?
I don't know about the addition of Piper Niven, but it will create a nice dynamic for Chelsea Green to play off of, being scared of her own tag team partner kind of thing. But also having like almost a fearlessness because of the powerhouse that is Piper Niven. So that'll be interesting to see.
With the match that they had the other night, I'm looking at them two going, who is going to be able to beat them in the future? You know?
Well, that's how you build up that title. Chelsea Green is a great mouthpiece for it, and I think even with Sonya Deville, they had a good chance of building it up. But now with Piper Niven, you have a different variation of it. I don't want him to win that way.
I don't either.
That's the other thing I don't like about it. If it goes tied, you're like, yeah, champion's advantage, but like, let's get a definitive winner.
One more round. Just one more round.
Yeah, there should be a sudden death round.
Nice.
He's gonna have to tap. Referee might have the wherewithal to understand and stop it, maybe. Oh, wait a minute.
Fraser able to roll through, counter a little bit of that pressure, trying to fight his way free as we have 70
Figure four.
and we are tied at 1 in round 6. You can feel the tension here amongst the NXT universe. Under a minute to go. Nathan Fraser now. For Fraser, does he go for it or does he wait? Because time is actually in his favor as he's starting to climb to the top.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Just got rocked. 45 seconds. Menza interfered. Metaphor's wiped out. Dar's down. Phoenix splash. No!
Wow. Who did the last set?
Beautiful roller into the cover. 30 seconds.
That's it.
Wow.
That's 2.
We just made history, Victor. Truth and honesty is correct 4-time Heritage Cup winner. Oh, yeah. No after. Look at this.
I'm seeing metaphors stick their nose in their business that doesn't belong to them, which gave Noam Dar enough time to roll free to set up bam for that Nova roller.
Yeah.
And the deciding fall.
Look, Judgment Day has shown it. Bloodline has shown it. The numbers game helps a lot.
Yeah, no, yeah, but
the bravery of these two loyal and devoted followers, I am
Oh, maybe it is the Creed brothers.
It is the Creed brothers.
Ivy, you tried to end my career. You tried to inflict permanent damage, but Ivy, you failed. You are a failure, just like the Creed brothers and just like all of Diamond Mine. Ivy, if you want to prove me wrong, you know exactly where I am. So come and find me.
Oh, well, there is Tiffany Stratton, who is not headed to Schism's Tree. The center of the universe is here. The NXT Women's Champion is next.
She doesn't have a match either.
Who? Tiffany? No.
Yeah. Obviously, they're about to set something up. I don't, like I said, like when it comes to the main event, I'm still like, I'm so back and forth on what I want to pick because, again, it is a special event, but it is still free TV and not a premium live event.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Wesley winning now sets up Dragunov versus him at No Mercy.
Mm-hmm.
And you could have Carmelo Hayes show up at Payback or something, you know.
My thing is, if Wesley loses tonight, he is definitely going full-fledged heel.
Possibly. Although I don't see that. Just because, like, I mean, you can turn the, I made my own destiny talk into a heel thing. I just don't see it. He's too well loved. So we'll see how it goes. It'll be interesting to see who Tiffany Stratton's going to be feuding with. I'm trying to think who it might be.
Look, there's a bunch of possibilities and options.
Yeah.
But are any of them worth doing it with?
Oh, there's tons that are worth doing it with. Roxanne Perez, Cora Jade, continuing the Thea Hale thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Ivy and Ava are tied up in their storyline.
Right.
You've got Gigi Dolan out there.
Mm-hmm.
Casey Jane kind of has a claim on some wins here recently. So I mean, there's a lot you can do. And there's others too. I know I'm not mentioning everybody, but like there's a lot that can be done. What do you think about Cora Jade taking time off? I mean, good for her. She goes out there and gives it her all. Take some time off. Heal up. Wrestling's hard, man. Even if you don't get injured, it's hard on your body, man. Take some time. Especially if you're like, when you're of smaller frame, like trust me, it hurt. I was 5'8", 170. Like, I got my ass beat all the damn time. She got enhancement surgery done. Good for her. That's what she wanted. And obviously, also at that same time, by getting that surgery, you obviously have to take time off. Can't be out there bumping and shit, and you know.
Of the universe.
Please welcome the NXT Women's Champion, Tiffany Stratton.
The summer of Tip Tip is coming to an end, and let me tell you all, it has been a hot one. It officially began at Battleground, where I won the NXT Women's Championship. And then I went on a winning streak, retaining my title against Thea Hale at Gold Rush, and then again at the Great American Bash. And with summer coming to an end, and the fall of Tip Tip is right around the corner, I am going to make this much, much better. And I'm sure you're all wondering, how could it get any better than it already is? I'm basically a perfect champion. And I know the word perfect scares some people, but when you're Tiffany Stratton, perfection comes easy. Which is why this title isn't going anywhere. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go down in history as one of the best NXT Women's Champions of all time. I'm going to
Okay,
be a
who's
better
coming back?
champion than Bayley, then Asuka. I'm going to be a better champion than Becky Lynch, and even Charlotte Flair. The list can go on and on and on.
Might be Shayna
but
Baszler.
For now, I am going to remain at the tippy top.
Yeah, you notice you didn't say Rhea Ripley or Shayna Baszler.
Tiffany.
Oh, Gigi Dolan.
Oh my gosh, while you're at the tippy top, why don't you do us all a grand favor and shut the hell up? See, I get the summer of Tiffany, but what I'm just dying to see is the fall of Tiffany and your fall at being the NXT Women's Champion. So look no further for your next challenger. Gigi.
I don't know what hole you crawled out of, and I certainly don't care. But if this is you shooting your shot, consider this me officially shooting it down. You don't deserve an opportunity against me.
Deserve, oh my God, the audacity! You don't deserve to stand here and call yourself a champion, because the last time you defended that title in this ring, you tapped out.
I didn't tap out! Gigi, you must be lost.
Gigi, I don't know what delusional world that you're living in, but there is not a shot in hell that you deserve an NXT Women's title match.
Thank you.
Your win-loss record against me is about as good as you getting a chance at a match with her, which is terrible.
I love this.
Tiffany, Gigi doesn't deserve a title match, but you can bet your Barbie wannabe ass that I do.
That is so rude.
Ladies!
Actually, Blair's probably the most deserving right now, considering the streak she's been on.
Yeah.
About who has the fanciest materialistic possessions, the bigger daddy issues, or even the most social media followers. But I don't care about any of that crap. You know, it's been a cruel summer over the NXT Women's Division, courtesy of Flair Davenport. What, you don't believe me? Ask around. But what we don't need to ask is who deserves to be next in line for that women's title, because it's me.
Blair, look, I know we haven't crossed paths, but before you lay claim to this division, you have to go through the division. And I know everybody here knows you beat Dana, you beat Kalani, but nobody has forgotten your little trip to the convenience store.
Clean up on aisle Blair.
Oh, trust me, I would have rather it have been business bitch Kiana's head going through the canned food aisle. But seeing your face ping pong off of the frozen food door is priceless.
Oh, look at the dark side of Gigi Dolan finally coming out. Oh, cute. You know what, Gigi? You don't want to mess with me, yeah? Because you thought that kick from JC was bad? Well, I'm going to pound your face to the point where your brother doesn't even recognize you anymore.
This is all getting out of hand. You guys need to figure this out on your own. I'm gonna leave now. Bye.
Yeah.
Hey, Blair.
Hey. Hi. You know, it's mind-boggling to me that you're out here running your mouth because I thought I ended things with you at the Great American Bash when I put your ass through a table and a bed of chairs, in case you forgot. But more importantly,
Roxy's got a very AJ Lee vibe.
Yeah.
Something along the
Good shot.
So it looks like we're probably going to get like a 4-way for a #1 contenders match, leading to No Mercy. Which that makes sense because again, you really had nowhere to go with it.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Dempsey, sit out here. Mr. Gulak. What? I watched the match, swept the ring, I sprayed the ropes. Oh, good, Born. Hey, are you tired? No, sir. That's good, because we don't get tired. I said we don't get tired, Born. Don't tap out. Keep working. You need to step up, punk. We don't get tired here. That's it. Come on.
Okay. That's very random. All right. On to the mixed tag match. By the way, people who are saying that like Rhea should drop the title, it's not been a good run, blah blah blah. Like, yeah, she's had some kind of like squash matches and whatnot, but the woman's on every damn show.
Yeah. And she's been injured.
It's like
quite literally, she worked for like 2 months, not in the ring, but was on the side of the ring and doing all this stuff. Hurts.
I just don't.
Speaking of, congratulations to Rhea Ripley and Buddy Murphy on their engagement.
Matthews. He's Buddy Matthews now.
Buddy Matthews, whatever.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, congrats to them. All right, so while this goes commercial,
mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go pee. Talk amongst yourselves.
Yes, the return of John Cena, since there's nothing being done in movies right now, thanks to the strike. Folks, you want to help us out? We are more than happy to accept your subscriptions. Remember, subscribe or make Jesse Bayos pay for it with your Prime subscription. Oh, that was wrong. We also have merch for sale. There we go. Also, to get notifications on what we're doing, what show's doing what, like, the cooking show, the Geeky Kitchen, join our Discord. What time's the Geeky Kitchen tomorrow?
6 p.m. Eastern.
That's right, folks, 6 p.m. Eastern, and the Geeks News is at 7 p.m. Eastern?
8 p.m.
8 p.m. Eastern? Okay.
I also think Soraya wins it all in at
Right.
Wembley. There's a chance, albeit I don't like. There's a chance because it is like the hometown, and AEW has been fairly like hometown, like you get the win kind of thing. But at the same
I don't know.
time, does that really make sense? Granted, Tony Khan doesn't always do things that make sense, but from a story perspective, I don't know if it makes sense. But they might also be playing it by ear too. See how the crowd reacts to all that. Because if she's like cheered ridiculously, regardless of being a heel, they might pull the trigger on that. So we'll see.
Yeah. Honestly, I was watching one of the YouTube wrestling things and stuff like that, and they were predicting that Saraya may not get as big of a pop as she thinks she's going to get.
Well, with her, like I said, her being a heel and her like not having the greatest run thus far in AEW, it might be enough to have the crowd kind of disjointed.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see how it goes. So again, that's why they said they might be playing it by ear. Also, quickly before this match comes out from the commercial break, I'm going to pick Dragon Lee and Lyra to win.
I'm actually going to go pick Judgment Day.
Exactly what I was saying.
I mean, yeah, I get that.
She's weak, she's a failure, and most of all, she's way too scared to stand on her own 2 feet. Don't fall for her facade, because behind that strong physique... Oh, look who it is. Speak of the devil. Get her, boys. Boys, get her. Boys, what the hell are you doing? Get her!
Hey, Schism. Hey, Schism. Do we have your attention now? If you want to see Ava again, the next week we get a match against the Dyad, and when we win, we're reinstated in NXT. And this time, so no Schism followers interfere, it's going to be a steel cage match. Don't keep us waiting.
Okay.
I am happy with that.
Me too.
Having the best lessons day one and now. Nobody can touch me.
No, we're not back. We're better. And finally, Nathan's phony reign is over.
Exactly. First of all, it shouldn't have happened anyway. So really, this don't count in our book.
Listen. The world is great again. Oh, it's good.
Excuse me.
I'm not taking autographs right now. We are celebrating.
I've been asked to serve you this from the Heritage Cup Committee.
No. Come on, get out of here. What is this? Main man Menza, please read it to me.
Yes.
I'm still in pain.
Let us know.
What are they saying?
Come on. Yeah, I can.
Dear Mr. Dar, congratulations on winning the NXT Heritage.
No, winning! Retaining! Lash, hold that, please.
Yeah.
In order to ensure a worthy contender for your championship, next week we will begin the NXT Global Heritage Invitational, an 8-man tournament with the winner earning a Heritage Cup Championship match at NXT's next premium live event. No mercy! You know what that means? I don't have to defend this for 5 weeks. It makes sense that they have to get everyone around the globe to compete for an opportunity to face me.
That's it.
Squad, we're going to California.
What do you say, Book? Championship toast and championship
Hmm.
What is it?
Champagne wishes, caviar dreams.
They had Post-it notes on the bottle. Have you walking through the flames?
Making his way to the ring.
Also, to avoid the issue I had last week, I have charged both microphones.
Good. I don't know what it is about Lyra, but I like her. I think she can go far, possibly.
I think she's uber talented. I don't know if the gimmick really works for me.
Right now, Booker, as we look forward to
But
NXT No Mercy.
I mean, as long they can fine tune it and make it.
Mixed tag team rules.
Mm-hmm.
Men fight the men, women fight the women.
You're talking about the ultimate power couple, Victor. We're looking at Rhea, the Rip, and Dom Mysterio. Champions, Vic. I mean, come on. Have we ever seen a couple like these two in WWE? I don't think so. Vic.
And it's hard to argue with you. Of course, we talk about the rough waters for Rhea Ripley, Dirty Dom, and the rest of Judgment Day. By the way, after Raquel returned last night, Raquel, WWE Payback a week from Saturday live in Pittsburgh for the Women's World title. A lot on the mind of Rhea Ripley, but also the North American champion, Dirty Dom, who's eyeing up Dragon Lee. And Dragon Lee felt he let his hero, the United States champion, the Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio, down in his matchup with Dirty Dom.
Everybody want a piece of the action, and I understand that Rey Mysterio may be the hero of Dragon Lee, but he needs to put that aside because he's in the ring with the offspring, perhaps the greatest in the Mysterio family.
Cover shoulders are down. Able to get up. Lee just wants to bring back honor to Lucha Libre, as he's heard what Rey Mysterio has said to him.
Honor.
Trying to roll.
You talking about?
Shoulders down.
I mean, Dominic brought honor back to Lucha Libre. He's the North American champion. He went out and did it on his first
Dom
try.
wouldn't have won the title if not for Rhea Ripley. He wouldn't have even defeated Dragon Lee if it was not for Rhea Ripley. Those are facts.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that at all.
Lee, though, right now, trying to roll through. Gets caught, though, by Dirty Dom. Lee's able to slither his way free for just a moment. These two superstars have been on a collision course with one another also. Oh, sends a great American bash. As Dom just got caught.
Look at Dominic Mysterio, like I said, one of the greatest luchadors that we've ever seen. One of the greatest high flyers.
Mad props to Dominic for how much he's grown in the last 2 years as a wrestler.
Right now, he goes over to Mommy. And Mommy, of course, pulls all the strings, the puppet master.
I mean, in all fairness, part of the issue people have with him is because you would expect that he would have trained with his father for years and years and years, especially since Ray started training at what, 12? So like, you'd have thought that Dom would have come in like at a veteran level ability already, and he didn't.
Well, Lyra trying to cash in right now, and she blasted Ripley, saying she lost a lot of respect for the champion, and that hurt the Women's World Champion.
Let me tell you something. Live Valkyria needs to understand when you're getting the rub. You perhaps going to need somebody like Rhea Ripley one day in this business.
So you're saying that Lyra should have just been satisfied with the endorsement?
The rub, yes, she should have been satisfied.
Well, right now, trying to get powered, trying to roll through, trying to counter. Lyra, though, up and over. And Lyra bringing her A game early on in this matchup, but you got to bring just a little bit more against Ripley.
Now, this is something that, like, as you see that, like, Lyra is holding her own against Rhea, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
But it also adds to, like, the whole argument, like, Rhea's had a couple squash matches recently, but they've been against Indy Hartwell, Chelsea,
Candice
LeRae, stuff like that. Why are they not using enhancement talent for that? Because while the squash match kind of buries them too, an NXT person standing toe-to-toe with her and holding like that buries them even further in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Showcasing why she is the most dominant in the women's division.
Don't let me forget to raid somebody when we leave. Again, getting back into the swing of things.
Yeah, we didn't do that last week.
Yeah.
Valkyria lighting up Ripley. Ripley swinging wildly. Big overhand right. Kick to the midsection. Look at this offense. Combinations from Valkyria.
Beautiful strikes by Valkyria, but got caught there, Vic. Got caught.
Up over. Tag was made, and that, of course, means Dirty Dom is legal. Valkyria doesn't realize it, but Dragon Lee's got to come into the matchup. Dragon Lee dropping down.
Damn.
What an explosive kick. Lyra flying through the air. A tag was made. Tagged Rhea Ripley. And again taking down the champion. Lyra Valkyria, Dragon Lee are firing on all cylinders. How about that for some team chemistry? Come on. Whoa! In stereo, don't miss a second of the action. Our picture. Hey, Lee, Lyra, rolling.
Mixed tag matches have a hard time having a good flow, but this is going well so far.
Yeah.
Because the whole dynamic of like a hot tag kind of doesn't mean anything, you know? And like once you tag out, that person is free to get out. Like you can't like double team really. Like they are kind of doing it, but you can't like Dragon Lee can't beat down Dom and then bring in his tag partner, you know, to do more damage because then a fresh Rhea comes in once Lyra comes in, you know. So
Agreed.
it's kind of a weird dynamic, but this is going well so far. See how it does during the commercial break.
Do you think WWE will ever let it be men versus women?
Nope. Not in our lifetime.
I understand that.
Just don't. I mean, I know it happens all over the indies.
Yeah, but that's the indies.
It's just not something you're going to see. I would suspect Triple H to be head of creative for a very long time.
Yeah.
10, 15, maybe even 20 years. And I know he's against it. And like really the only televised program to really do it was Impact. Tessa Blanchard.
On a regular basis. Yeah.
That kind of blew up in their face.
Rhea versus Tozawa happened.
Yeah. Yeah, and you've seen, you know, like through the Attitude Era, how many women got powerbombed through tables and shit like that. Like it happened.
Right.
But as far as like an actual program beyond a single moment.
Yeah.
And that was all also played up into the whole, well, I can't, you know, that was like, I can't hit a woman. Whereas, you know, in Impact, it was a match.
Yes.
You know?
That was Bully Ray versus Mickey James.
Yeah, that happened recently too. I don't think AEW's done it. Not that I can recall.
I don't think so either. But then again, everybody complains about how little the women's division gets booked in AEW anyways.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of sad. You know, that's what I'm worried about with All In. Yes, they are supposedly setting records. I know MJF said it's not hyperbole, but as he also said, the wrestling business is all hyperbolic. And we know what happens about, you know, oh, we've sold this many tickets. We're going to have the biggest crowd ever. Okay, no. Tony Khan could have bought all 80,000 tickets. You know what I mean? Like, that's not really, you know, but regardless.
You know, I mean, are the people actually going to show up? You know?
The biggest concern now is the fact you've got barely any matches announced. They just started announcing matches. Haven't really built any real stories. Again, for me, my issue with AEW comes down to booking. And then, of course, you know, CM Punk being the asshole he is. But... And some people be like, oh, well, that's not on Tony. That's on CM Punk. No, it's on Tony. Tony's in charge.
For letting CM Punk. Right.
Yeah. But, like, that aside, because I understand, it's hard to like look at CM Punk, who is on, he's a draw.
Yeah.
So it's hard to like, oh, he sells tickets. I can't really get rid of him, whatever. So beyond that, though, like the booking and storytelling in AEW has been subpar for quite some time. And the best thing they have going by far is the, Better Than You Baby story going. But that looks like it's coming to an end with this title match. You know what I mean? So it's just like,
we'll see.
And that feels feels too soon.
Yeah. I'm hoping that match is not the end of Better Than You, Baby, and they go on for a while. But I do see one of them turning on the other.
I do think it's Adam.
Look at the power, the transition. Bam! Suplex into the cover. And no! Flexed a little bit too soon, Kid Ripley.
Yes, indeed, but that's flexing it to the utmost right here, Vic. Look at the power. Oh, yes!
Ripley staring into Dragon Lee, and look at Rhea Ripley, who has challenged Lyra Valkyria to step up her game. Oh! To prove that she's worthy of what Ripley said. Saying how good, how great Lyra Valkyria could become. This is what Judgment Day does. You think it's funny.
What are you talking about?
Valkyria trying to fight her way back to her corner. And there comes Rhea Ripley, just as dominant as ever.
Didn't I say a little while ago? Big bait, take little bait. That's what this is all about, man.
I heard what you said, and I know that Lyra's motivated tonight. But at some point, motivation is going to stop Lyra. She's not going to be able to keep persevering and pushing forward. She's got to figure something out, and maybe she just did.
Ooh.
Big DDT off the
counter. Good DDT.
So close now is Valkyria to reach out and make the tag. Here was the counter. Bam! DDT connected it back to the live action. Ripley able to stop Valkyria for a moment. Valkyria desperately, though, Booker, reaching out and still couldn't get there.
Nice catch.
That was nasty. It was gnarly, man.
Valkyria ducking, trying to kill. That was a kick. That roundhouse kick connected. Dom trying to tag into the matchup. He made the tag. Dragon Lee now has to come in, and Lee into the matchup. And Lee has been focused. He's been piercing his eyes through that mask across the ring.
I also think, like right now, like Dragon Lee and Lyra winning, it seems like the smartest thing. Because you've also got Judgment Day, who's been kind of at each other's throats.
Mm-hmm.
And so, a loss here. It just, I don't feel like you have these two main roster stars win right here and hurt your NXT people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Lyra's already lost to Rhea. Like, another loss doesn't help anybody.
He's going out there and done things that Rey Mysterio didn't do in his lifetime. Come on, Victor.
I'm not talking about Dom, I'm talking about Dragon Lee.
Guess what I'm talking about? I'm talking about Dom.
You always are. And you also don't ever listen to me whenever Dom's around, whenever Rhea Ripley's around, whenever Judgment Day's around. Dialing up 6 to a 9, didn't connect. Lee had it scouted. Goes up, goes around, goes over, catching, snatching, planning.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, what a hell of a... Kind of a last ride style sit-down powerbomb.
Yeah.
And the fact that he was able to pick up Dom and do that. Oof.
Nasty landing for Lyra, Valkyria, and now Dragon Lee. Who the?
Raquel Rodriguez. And here's a good reason why they lose.
All right.
Now you don't. Now it like.
No, now it's a one-on-one match between Dominic and Dragon.
Yep. There you go.
There you go.
That's not fair, Vic. That's not fair. You know that's not fair, man. Come on, Victor.
And I got Wagner versus Baird.
I'm pretty sure Wagner goes over only because they're going to be continuing. Although he might lose because of interference from Braun Breaker. But I think he goes over because
First title defense without me by his side.
you know, I'm gonna go with Corbin due to interference from Braun Breaker.
And now there's a big asterisk on that win, and I just can't be having that on my title reign. You know what I'm saying? Wait, you blaming me, dog? No, hey, no. I just want to silence any doubters on my championship reign. You know what I mean? And that starts tonight. Yeah, against Wesley. No doubt. You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, do your thing, though. No doubt. Yeah. Talking about. Yeah, let's get it.
See now,
And there's the first.
But see now, I'm thinking that Carmelo Hayes wins because of that promo.
I know. My mentions are going crazy right now. All you Twitter trolls, X trolls, whatever trolls, I get it. Becky Lynch was never the NXT Women's Champion. Look, in my defense, she may be big time Bex to all of you, but to me, she's quite literally irrelevant. Moving on to things that actually matter, like me, my title, hello, duh. Did you see the atrocity that happened out there? I mean, you have eyes. Totally not what I had in mind. Not how I wanted to end the summer of Tip Tip. However, as champion, I have the inside scoop. And those 4 Tiffy wannabes are going to have the opportunity to fight it out for a chance against me. Now stay back.
So next week, it'll be Roxanne Perez versus Gigi Dolan versus Kiana James versus Blair Davenport in a fatal 4-way match, where the winner of that match will face you for the NXT Women's Championship.
Good enough. Toodles.
Oh, that's a huge matchup for next week. But these two superstars slugged it out last week, and they're about to do battle. Von Wagner goes one-on-one with Baron Corbin. This matchup live next.
One of the best conditioned athletes in the world. Kurt Angle went and trained at Foxcatcher.
Determined to be Olympic champion.
It was the proudest moment of my life.
What am I going to do now? Oh, it's true! It's damn true!
He had great chemistry with anybody he stepped foot in the ring with. That's how good he was.
The irony of the success and the bright light is can be very alluring. But then there's a dark side. 4 breaks in 2.5 years. I just wanted to keep going until I couldn't go any longer.
This Olympic gold medalist. You think he's bulletproof, but nobody is.
I was so out of control. Makes my story look very lame.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
No, please. Yeah.
I love Kurt Angle so much. Still one of my he's in my all-time greats, and like his story is. I'm wondering if they're going to cover any of his time in TNA, because like they've been pretty good about doing that kind of stuff. Because also like when he left the WWE, it's because he refused rehab, and they kind of had to fire him. Had to. He went over there and had some outstanding matches, but that's when all the pill stuff really got bad. So I think that, considering that it looks like they're going to be covering that. Plus, I mean, AJ has some insight on that time, you know.
Yeah.
They talked about that. They talked about that in their table for 3 when it was him, Sting, and Kurt, Sting, and AJ.
Oh yeah, that was good. I like that.
So that'll be, and if it's anything like the Cody documentary we just got, it should be really good.
That was that thing's amazing. Just
I first off, nobody's had a better rookie year than Kurt Angle. I think Ronda Rousey's is a close second to that, but nobody's had a better rookie year than Kurt Angle. And as far as somebody transitioning from one sport to another, even though it is wrestling to wrestling, obviously Greco-Roman wrestling doesn't fully translate to sports entertainment.
No.
He got it. He got it right away. And
yeah.
like Stone Cold said, it was just like he had chemistry with everybody because he was just that damn good. When did Kurt Angle have a bad match in WWE? In his initial run.
I can't think of one.
I can't either. Also, the fact that this is where like the star rating system is really stupid. Kurt Angle's never had a 5-star match.
Yeah.
Dumb.
I take the star rating system as that's that person's opinion, whoever's using it at the time. You know. But then again, that's with any rating system. It's their opinion.
I think part of what skews that is because he's so good from day one that it skews the curve. You know what I mean? And somebody is. And so, like, he has to go out and put out, like, the most ridiculous banger to stand out from his other matches. And I think that's why he never got a 5-star. Because the level he stayed at was always at the top. But also we also know Dave Meltzer is very biased. Also, during Kurt Angle's time, that initial run was when Dave was kind of being almost blacklisted from WWE. They were doing their best to. Something I would do, and Kevin Owens has kind of done it. When stuff like that happens, or other stuff like.
This was not my fault. Please, this match can't count. It can't count as a loss. It wasn't my fault. It was Mr. Chase who popped up. Please. I'm sorry, Pia. Like, you have to watch the program. Like, I would bring that up either as a heel or a face. It's like, did you even watch what happened?
I had momentum. It's gone.
Me hitting you was an accident, or the term, like in that case, like I was trying to protect you from the turnbuckle that she ripped.
Relax. I just wanted to say that beast that I just fought out there is not the same Thea Hale that walked in that locker room a year ago.
I know. I'm a grown woman.
Okay. Don't get hot at me. Look, if it makes you feel any better, we've all been let down by someone around here. Look, you want some advice? You'll get through it. People like us, we always get through it.
Interesting.
Interesting, yeah. Freaking love Thea Hale. I think she's so great.
She's got it.
Yeah, she just gets it. A heel Thea Hale will be interesting. See how that goes, because that seems, obviously to be what we just saw. That maybe she'll go heel, but it'll be interesting to see how it goes. But
Baron and Vaughn, they've had their issues with each other. They've also had with another superstar, Braun Breaker, and I feel bad for our official just trying to get them back into the ring here.
So, who you picking? I'm picking Wagner for some reason.
I don't know. I think I'll just go with Corbin due to Braun Breaker interference.
I mean, this match technically hasn't even started yet.
to even care to start this matchup. I don't think they really give a damn if the referee can get them back in because they just want to beat the hell out of each other.
It's not about a match. It's about this fight. It's about this fight between two grown men. I love it, man.
Ouch.
No. Booker, watch out.
We may not even get a match.
Vaughn said he had it.
Take care of your biz.
You all right, Book?
Yeah, I'm good.
We may not even get a match.
Said he had a table for one, reserved for
Bell's never rung. Oh.
You like this new era, so to speak, of Baron Corbin,
Mm.
don't you? Oh, it's Mr. Stone. Hey! Corbin! Mr. Stone, I just saw his eyes flash before, or his light flash before his
Time is it?
eyes.
9:41.
The eyes of Von Wagner.
Yeah, I kind of think we may not get a match. My candy. Yep. Here's Bob Rigger. Yeah, so we're not even going to get a match.
Yeah.
Julius, where is your morality? You disguised yourselves and infiltrated our family and tarnished the purity of the schism. And now this, kidnap and ransom of Albert Diaz, Ava, and for what? For one more chance to save your floundering careers. There's nothing Rip and Jagger wouldn't do for their sister Ava, so return her to safety and we will agree to your demands. I know that you think that this cage will keep the other members of the schism locked out, but what you need to concern yourself with is who you are locking yourself in with. So grit your teeth, lads. We've beaten you before, and next week we end this once and for all.
Well, next week is stacked, but it is main event time on Heatwave. As
The main event's getting a decent amount of time. We're going to get about almost 20 minutes. That should be good.
Mm.
Oh, excuse me.
It's all good.
Oh, excuse me. Whew. Little yawn.
It's all good. Mm.
There'll probably be one more like picture-in-picture commercial break.
Well, yeah, 20 minutes left in the show. I can see that.
Yeah, probably be one more. But this should be a good match. I think I'm gonna have. I think I'm gonna have to go with Carmelo Hayes retaining. Just because that whole like asterisk promo thing he said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go.
I'm gonna go with Wesley because of that promo and that little this. There was a little something in Trick in that thing, so.
Yeah, but like that feels to me like they're gonna eventually set up Carmelo Hayes versus Trick Williams.
Mm-hmm.
But without the title on the line, it kind of doesn't make sense. They may be waiting for like the Rumble or something to bring up Carmelo.
I'm wondering why they haven't brought Braun up yet.
I think they're still fleshing out the heel side of it.
I can see that. All right.
They might also just be waiting. Like, they don't want to bring up people a bunch at a time, you know? Like, so they may be, like, putting it off, like I said, to the Rumble or something. They haven't exactly had the greatest run of call-ups this past year.
And once again, that's all on booking and storyline, you know?
Yeah.
What the hell? Jimmy, damn it! Jimmy Uso will be live right here on SmackDown.
The biggest noisemakers on SmackDown. Sound off. Witness the rogue return of Jimmy Uso.
I did what I did at SummerSlam because I was afraid to lose you.
Ray, you stole Santos' opportunity last week.
I didn't steal anything. And the Aussie icon, Grayson Waller, takes on United States champion Rey Mysterio. Friday Night SmackDown. Live this Friday, 8/7.
Ray's gonna win that match.
Yeah.
Especially with Austin Theory winning against LA Knight.
The opportunity at the NXT Championship.
Hmm?
Not Knight won.
Return to NXT.
Yeah, it was last week, dude.
Yeah, I thought Knight won.
You're the reason that I'm not becoming NXT champion tonight.
No. Theory beat LA Knight because of Miz interference.
Oh, that's right.
Last time that sent you into the wilderness was bad. You have 7 days to become one with the spirits. Because this time, once I'm through with you, not only will your body be broken, but so will your spirit.
Well, we know Becky Lynch is thrown down in Fortnite, and she caught what Tiffany Stratton said earlier. Look, you shouldn't get on Becky's bad side, as Trish Stratus might find out on Saturday at Payback, the man weighing in on the NXT Women's Champion. And what a night it's been at Heatwave, and I just mentioned Tiffany Stratton. We heard from the Women's Champion tonight. Next week we'll determine her #1 contender. Which of these 4 will earn a championship opportunity? Also next week live, the Schism has been on the hunt for the Creeds, but they didn't look under their own tree. Julius and Brutus revealed themselves to be the defectors. Fowler and Reed want to get their hands on the brothers. They are willing to have them reinstated if the Creeds win in a steel cage match next week. And who will face Noam Dar for the Heritage Cup Championship? At NXT's No Mercy, the field will be selected by the Heritage Cup Committee. The NXT Global Heritage Invitational starts next week live right here.
That intrigues me. That Global Heritage Invitational. It's a good way to introduce new people.
Yeah.
For the biggest prize in NXT. Wesley began this journey in 2011 around Dayton, Ohio. He called tonight the biggest match of his career. There's been ups, there's been downs, they've been documented. It hasn't been easy. The dream is free, but are you willing to pay the price for the journey?
You know what I think about this young man, Wesley? Perhaps the greatest North American champion in NXT's history. All the naysayers wrong, all the doubters, and me included being one of those doubters. This young man is truly, Victor, one of the best that I've ever seen in this business.
And Wesley could become an NXT Triple Crown champion here tonight. in what is going to be a historic main event at NXT Heatwave.
Do we see a little bit more of that heel side of Carmelo Hayes tonight?
Intro kind of says so.
Well, there's a little bit of significance to what we just saw, Booker. Not only the name going into the rafters possibly, but Carmelo Hayes took to social media. He also told Wesley face to face, don't go chasing waterfalls. Stick to the stream that you're used to. He believes Wesley is overstepping a line that Wesley is not ready for.
Yes, indeed. Wesley, I think he's more than ready for this matchup right here. Once upon a time, he was looking for the same thing. This young man, Carmelo Hayes, is holding around his waist. That's greatness, Vic. That's history. That's going to that other level. I love what we're seeing right here between these two young men about to break the noise. I love it.
The following contest scheduled for one fall is for the NXT Championship.
Alright, so they're giving them 15 minutes.
All this pageantry is cutting into their time.
Yeah.
These two could go for an hour.
He is the NXT Champion, Carmelo Hayes.
You know, Booker, we talked about before this matchup started earlier today, some history being made. This is the first time ever that two African-American male superstars will compete in the main event for the NXT Championship. How significant is this moment? This is history.
It's huge. I was there when I saw Doug Williams, the first black man to win the Super Bowl. I was there when I saw Ron Simmons, the first black man to win the World Heavyweight Championship. And now we watch these two young men go toe-to-toe here at NXT. This is great victory.
For Wesley believes that, well, one of these superstars will have victory here tonight.
Yeah,
You're excited. This is what we were talking about. This is a very emotional matchup, even for yourself, as we were talking about two guys that you've talked to week in, week out, that you've helped tutor, that you've helped grow as well.
You know, I hope that I was a part of these two young men being here myself, because I definitely was one of the guys that inspired these young men once upon a time.
And again, in stereo, to bring it back.
Nice opening segment.
Wesley, Lee said he was never and has never been, the chosen one.
No, he wasn't the guy.
Into the cover for the title.
You know, he wasn't the guy that was most likely to succeed, Vic. He went up there and made his own way. He's on a mission to be the best in the world. And I understand, but you look at this kid, and he's got nothing but champion written all over him.
Well, he's heard it all. He can't make it on his own. He can't break out as a single star. He can't win the big one. He knows he's close, and he can't fail here tonight. But again, both men, same idea. And the stalemate looks like it's about to end. Whoa, got caught. NXT title on the line. Don't go anywhere. Picture, break. It's Heatwave. It's the
Picture.
There's your pick. Yep.
Oh, God. That's what happens when you haven't slept in 2 days.
I understand that.
Downey, free and gentle. Ooh, damn. I'm glad we're getting to see this at least in picture-in-picture, but damn.
Yeah.
Again, a match with like this, you really should have.
My thing is, if they're doing this much on a free show, imagine what they're going to do on a pay-per-view.
I know. See, the commercial should have been during the intro.
Yeah.
Like, why interrupt the actual match? Hmm. Yeah, like another reason that I'm kind of like I want Carmelo to win is because it'll set up. Yes, you get the rematch if Wesley wins, but I think that it's a better setup for No Mercy if we get Carmelo going in as champion.
Right.
Carmelo Hayes, the challenger Wesley. And is Hayes right that many consider the championship, being the champion, to be a luxury?
Hey, come on, you've heard me say it at one time, you heard me say it 1,000 times. It's about checks and championship, but that championship, that title, you earn that, Vic. With that comes first class treatment. I'm talking about all the biggest suites. Biscottis, Scotties, everywhere when you got that, man.
Well, do you feel that Hayes is starting to feel that pressure, the media appearances, the special events, the live events like this past Saturday when NXT Live was sold out in Tampa?
Yeah, I remember one of the greats way back in the day, Tiger Conway Jr. He told me, you got to be a champion in the ring and out of
Fade away.
Oh, yes, all the time. Just like this young man right here, Carmelo Hayes, trying to retain that championship.
Well, Hayes in control, and Hayes hitting that pad away, fade away right down into the chest of Wesley. And Lee brought up some solid points last week that maybe angered the champion, because Lee brought up he beat Carmelo to win that North American title, that historic championship reign you talked about.
He won the match, Vic, and that's the one thing. Beating a man 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring is different than beating a bunch of guys and just walking away as champion. Totally different.
This the main event of NXT Heatwave. NXT Championship is on the line. These two slugging it out. Both superstars want to be great. Both want to be remembered. They want their
Got like 8 minutes left.
It's these moments, Booker, that you have to live for.
I really feel like this is almost like a setup, like I said, a setup match to the pay-per-view.
Right here, Wesley, he's had everybody's number that he's faced except one, Dominic Mysterio.
Well, Lee trying to fight back here against Hayes. Hayes now charging right in, goes up, goes over. This is the athleticism that Carmelo Hayes possesses, which has made him the NXT champion.
No, it's not going to be that.
Does Dragunov interfere?
I doubt that.
He needs to bring the noise up. Oh, yeah! Big shot.
Into the cover, hook of the leg, and Lee just got the left shoulder up. And you see Carmelo Hayes maybe a little sense of frustration.
I hope they don't do like a double count-out situation kind of thing.
There is no Trick Williams. This is the first time Carmelo Hayes has come out here as champion solo.
No, but let me tell you something. You're looking at Wesley, you're looking at Carmelo Hayes, and the way I look at this match, Vic, this is champion versus champion. Even though this young man Wesley doesn't have a belt around his waist, he's a champion at heart. I truly believe that.
Carmelo now just pulling up Wesley as we were getting into the late stages of this matchup. Hayes has been here where the lights are the brightest. Lee, to his own credit, has been in a lot of big match situations, but not with stakes like this. For the NXT title, Springboard didn't connect. Lee charging in.
Ooh.
Shoulders down. Title
God.
can Lee do it? And he cannot in that moment.
Let me tell you something. These young men have prepared for this moment. I always say, Vic, preparation is the
Wesley now. Whoa! Ooh! Innovative offense. This is what Wesley brings to the game. He always changes his game. He's always able to flip the script as he goes to the top. Bringing that heavy artillery. This is what made him the #1 contender last week. Is it enough to put gold around his waist? Carmelo able to get that right shoulder up. Just in the nick of time for Carmelo Hayes here to continue his reign. We talked about Wesley being so close. That was close, Booker.
Yeah, talk about those,
he's got to finish now.
Talk about those obstacles as well. Then sometimes you got to go over, around, under. But tonight, this young man, Wesley, is going to have to go straight through Carmelo Hayes to walk out and new NXT champion.
He believes without challenge there is no growth. He challenges himself day in and day out. He knows that every champion was once a contender who refused to give up. And Wesley, the cardiac kick.
Oh, he's going for it.
Kick got caught though by Carmelo. Able to counter for a moment, turn right back in. Hayes now lifted up and dropping with a cutter. And Hayes with his sights set on Wesley. Bang! That first 48 might be the final 3, and Lee just able to get out again. Well, what is starting to set in now?
Oh, that's I'm sure a little bit of frustration is setting in right now, as well as it's got to be in the back of his mind that Wesley did get a tainted victory, so to speak.
You can call it every one, Booker. A victory is a victory. And now, getting a little too close for us out here. As again, you have to get into the ring. You can't win the championship on a countout if you're Wesley. What is going through the mind of Carmelo Hayes? Whoa!
What was that?
I have no idea, but it's a double count out.
Yeah, it's gonna end up being a double count out.
Booker, I don't believe I just saw that. Did you see Carmelo Hayes shift his
It almost looked like he was going for a fadeaway.
almost like a no-look shot.
Talking about throwing caution to the wind.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. It looks so weird.
He's going up top. He's looking to finish.
He don't miss. Trying to hit. Nothing but no. Wesley able to get out of the way. And the cardiac kick for Wesley. The dream realized. And no. Oh, Carmelo.
Smart right there, creating that little space.
Championship intuition.
That's what it was.
Able to get out of
like
the
I say,
ring.
just just managing.
Look at the eyes of Wesley. Look at the eyes of the challenger.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Wesley swung for the fences, went for the home run and missed. Referee doing a nice job, checked on Wesley, and now is starting his count. His count is at 8. Hayes looking in the eyes of Lee. The referee now continuing to count it just before 10. Lee was able to break the count, and that's that moment. That's that punch. But look at Hayes wasting no time, going all the way to the top. Wesley.
Oh, yes.
But net. Hayes retains.
Here is your winner, and still the NXT champion, Carmelo Hayes.
What a victory for Carmelo Hayes, but take nothing away from Wesley. Lee can hang with anyone. Took Hayes to his limit as Hayes' dynasty continues to burn bright.
Clean win now.
Yeah.
I don't know how you extend this. We'll see. All right, ladies and gents, that is going to do it for Wrestling with Toxicity and the NXT Watch Along. Thank you guys for tuning in, but do not go anywhere. We are going to be rating, I think, Heel Kevin is still on.
Me, Yim's on. I don't see Hill Kevin yet. Hold on.
There he
Havoc's
is.
on.
Heel
Dad
Kevin.
Trainer's on.
We're gonna go to Heel Kevin. I already told him I was gonna raid him one day soon, so go ahead and do it now.
Oh yeah, no, there he is. Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it today for Wrestling with Toxicity. Don't forget, tune in tomorrow for the Geeky Kitchen at 6 p.m. Eastern. And then we got the Geeks and Noobs coming back this Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Like, subscribe, all that jazz. You know what to do on social media. Make sure you hit us up. Join our Discord. Get our merch. All that fun jazz. We will see you guys next week. It's going to take now 10 seconds. Raids are now. It takes 10 seconds now?
Oh, now you got a countdown. At least you know how your outro is. So 10-second outro.
Did it again. Hit the wrong button.
Pentagram's done. Still need to find 2 salt bags now. Oh, you stupid bitch. There's 1 salt bag. There's 1 salt bag left in here. And then we can do the exorcism. It's most likely in the basement. Why wouldn't it? But just for laughs, I'm going to check upstairs first. Of course.
Alright, man. Raid was successful. Got that done.
Yep.
I can almost guarantee you the
awesome.
last salt bag is in that little
What's
side
up?
room.
Go cook your chili.
Yep,
Yeah, go cook your chili.
Alright, man.
Alright. Bye.
Yep, looks like that's where we're going. Just coming down here to get a bag of salt. Oh, speaking of a bag of salt.